Hello and welcome to Late Night Creatures. After a 3-week hiatus, we have returned. I'm glad to be back. I apologize for the 3-week delay. I was on vacation, had a lot of personal stuff. Doesn't really matter. We're back. We're here to draw creatures, and in fact, since it is an odd-numbered episode, we're here to animate creatures. You may have noticed that I got a mic upgrade, so I may be coming at you a little louder than I used to, but it's definitely an upgrade for the better. So let's jump into this animation here. As usual, as we've come to expect from this show, I think, I don't have anything in mind at all. But that's a very fun shape that I just drew. It actually has given me a slight idea here. So let's just see where this goes. I'm going to have a fairly stationary figure for this. The animation is going to be in a different aspect of this one. I'll expound on my idea and expand it as we go, just so I can give you a bit of suspense. You know, I like to do that. It's a fun time for everyone when I give you that little piece of suspense. Gotta get this cheek right, though, before I can continue. Awesome. And yeah, we're just going to give him a nice wide stance here. Very good. Now this is a man I trust. And now I'm going to, I don't know why I did that in an animation folder. That was dumb of me. Well, it's because I didn't know what I was going to do. I'm going to do this. Going to give him an arm, as you do. But I'm going to sort of just try and do a bit of a forced perspective type of thing with it. And that actually looks like it worked out kind of okay, which I wasn't expecting. And so we're going to have this right here. There he is. Okay, so could have been better, but gosh, maybe if I do this, that might just look weird. I'm trying to do it to where he's like holding it closer to, I guess you could call it the camera, but that's okay. So then I want to have a quick movement that goes, I suppose we should sling it really far back, and so do another sort of weird perspective trick here to make it look, yeah, okay, very good. So now we just need to do some filling in to make, oh, this is going to be a tough one for sure, just because I have to get this perspective thing. That's too big. I got it. Oh, maybe I should just do straight, since I have one tapering at the body and then one tapering at the hand. Just do one that's pretty parallel, at least close. And then I can do this with it and give it, oops, that's too big. Give it that right there. So then we have, yeah, that actually looks like it'll work. All right. So let's go in again, as we do. Put in another frame in between these two keys. Oh, excuse me. And, man, it does feel really good to be back in the saddle, so to speak, with Late Night Creatures. I really, really have missed it. But, you know, life happens, and not much you can do about it. It's all right, though. So, okay. So we have this. Oh, that'll look great. That's actually shaping up, which is interesting because this is actually the first time I've done a, so sorry. This is the first time I've done a pullback like this, like animated a pullback like this. So I'm very happy that it is turning out well, because I Don't know what I was expecting. See, that's the problem with the late night creatures formula we use, which is just going in without really a plan. The issue with it is that you're going in without a plan. And so bad things can happen to where you try and attempt something that you really shouldn't be attempting. But sometimes it works out. I want that to be a little slower, though. So we're going to spread that out, give it a little more space, give all those frames some breathing room. Okay. Let's do some more adjusting. We're going to do a bit of adjusting with this one just cuz I have a vision in my head, which as I usually do, I have a vision in my head of what I want this pull to look like. And we aren't quite getting it yet. But hopefully we'll get it. So I think I need to just throw in another frame here. What I've done is I've added basically frames where he's going to go slower on the initial start of the pull and at the end of the pull. And so it's going to look like he's doing it should look more organic. Let me center the cameras. It should look more organic by the time we're done with it. There we go. But yeah, it's just to get the look that I'm wanting, we're just going to have to do some finagling, which is nothing new. You do it a good bit on this show, I'd say. Finagle a good bit. All right. So now I think we got it. That's what I'm looking for. Awesome. So now I'm sure you're asking, well, what's he going to do now? Well, there's an answer for that. He's going to do something. So just chill out for a sec and I'll get to it. So we're going to give him some hang time, maybe just a full second. So let's jump over to frame 32 here. And then let's do a nice launch. This is definitely, we're going to need to do something here just to help out. But regardless, this should start giving us the look that we want. If I do maybe just some motion lines, maybe that'll be enough. So let's see. So we have the guy. He goes. Yeah, let me throw something in before that, actually. Man, what to throw in? Maybe I need to I think I maybe just need to smear it, actually, which is an easier thing to do in this moment. So let's just pull back there. Get rid of these motion lines. Get out of here. We don't need you. Okay. So we have that. So now we can move in. And so now what I have to do is I have to remember more or less how this armed looked before I erased it just now. So I probably shouldn't have erased it just now, but that's okay. We have most of the shape still there. And then we can do that. Oops, that's too big. That'll do it. Okay. And so now throw in the next one. And what we can do is just go in, do that, and get it back looking how we had it originally, more or less. So now I can really start launching this device. Oh, this is such a great guy. I love his little stance. It's really nice. Okay, so we have all that. Throw. Okay, there we go. So he pulls, he throws. Do I need this one? I do need it for... Oh, man. It's gotta be... That's... It looks weird. Looks odd. Yeah, it's that hang time. I don't need that. So let's go in and chop off this little pole. I tried to make the smear sort of smooth into it, but I don't think that's what I need to do. Yeah, that looks better. That looks way better, actually. It makes the smear less obvious, which is good. It makes it just look like movement, which is the whole point of animation, if you don't know, is to give the illusion of movement. So let me look back and watch the device fly. That looks good. So I'm going to do this for a bit. So gonna keep, let me do that better. We're gonna keep redrawing this arm, so get ready to see this arm a bunch. Because of how I did this, I didn't do it the smart way, I did it the dumb way. And so we're gonna have to draw this arm a whole lot. But it's okay. Because look at that nice arc, though. Isn't that a sweet arc? And also, this guy is the happiest young man I've ever seen. I'm going to give... There he is. Okay, back to business. Sorry, I got distracted because just look at him. This little... Okay, well, since we've all probably got... This little yo-yo man, it's been a yo-yo this whole time. This little yo-yo man looks so great. I love him a lot. I'd protect him. Oh, man. Well, air conditioning just cooked up. The air conditioning just cut on. Hope you can't hear that. But with a new mic, actually, you probably won't be able to. This new mic is great. I got it for my birthday. It's a very nice birthday present. My parents were very generous in getting me this new mic and an arm and a mixer. I can do all kinds of fun stuff now. It's great. I can make my voice do effects in the middle of Late Night Creatures now, which I couldn't do before, which I'm not going to do unless I need it. So don't expect that often. Oh, look at him. That thumb lost its shape a good bit. So I'm going to fix that, but that actually looks this actually looks pretty good. This actually might be one of my favorites, if not the favorite animation that we've done on the channel so far, and we aren't even halfway through the episode. So I haven't even added all the fun details that really make these animations shine. Throw. Okay, so now comes the more difficult part. Now we got to do the pull back on the yo-yo, which is going to be, I think, significantly more difficult. Simply because simply because I'm not quite sure how to do it. Because I want this to be a loop, I want it to be a looping thing. And so I got to get him back to this position, which actually, you know what, shouldn't be that hard. Okay, yeah, let's do it. So that's number one. So let me just take that frame, and let's see, how long should it take that yo-yo to pull back? I don't think long. So if I specify this as layer number 1, do that. So then I can, right here-ish, let's move that again. Right here, I can have this, okay, yes. I can do I guess a pull type of maneuver wherein I take this and I make it sort of this, That's definitely too thick. I take it and I do this fun little arrow sort of shape with it. There it is. And that can, since this is in the middle here, I need to move this right here. Or no, give it some hang time. I need to move this right here so that we can then make it, let me cut that back. We can then make it a taut string with that one motion. And then all we have to do is make this, make the yo-yo shoot back into his hand, but we can keep his hand in the same position. Because when you use a yo-yo, as a amateur yo-yo man myself, when you use a yo-yo, you basically just, you have to keep your hand in the same position because you basically get ready to catch the yo-yo. So yes, we can just bring it like so. Oops, yeah. Again, I'm going to have to redraw this one hand shape a bunch, so prepare for that. But this is, see, good animation. I mean, it's not to toot my own horn, of course. I mean, but I just really like how this one's turning out. It's actually really cool, in my opinion. Just how much I'm enjoying it from a design standpoint, you know. Maybe that makes me conceited, but if it does, I don't care, because this is a fun little animation that I like. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Regardless, this little yo-yo boy is great. No one's mentioned it, so I'll mention it. All of my animation late night creatures are something boy, and it's not so much a thing that I like planned or intended to do. It was not at all on purpose. It just sort of happened, I guess. But now it's a theme that I'm not sure I want to drop because it's very fun. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Pulls, throws, and pulls back. Hold on. Okay, interesting. Throw and catch. What, just something weird happened there with the no, I guess not. Something looked weird, but it turns out that it wasn't that weird. It looks all right. Hello, Sensei Rick. It's good to have you here. Okay. So, do I need a... I'm going to give the yo-yo a little more hang time. A good bit more, actually. And I am going to give it an in-between frame between these two, because it's not, it's not as smooth as I would like in this moment. It could for sure help. And then I can actually go ahead and start this thing beginning to come taut like that. String. Oh, yes. That is wonderful timing. That's exactly what I want, actually. That looks pretty good. It's very... Dang, that's crisp. I like it. Throw, catch. That's nice. That's a good yo-yo boy. I approve. And then throw. Yeah, there he is. I'll give that a little more time. I really love making stuff that loops. Because it's something that's not super difficult, but when you do it with something that's just a touch more intricate than like a circle or something like that, like a loading screen thing. You know what I'm talking about. Whenever it's something like that, it always I think it's always way cooler when it's something slightly more complex like this. And this is not like super complex by any stretch of the imagination. You know, those yo-yos that are these ones could be bigger actually. That the size difference is noticeable. This is actually really cool because I finished with a lot of I mean, not finished, but like I have a lot more time than I thought I did. And so I can be more nitpicky with stuff that I think doesn't look as good. For example, these yo-yos being very small. They are all the same size, but they are not the same size or even really close to the same size as the initial one that's in his hand. But now they are. And that looks pretty dang cool. Okay, which means now we can add in the fun details that just make it just the really the icing on the cake. So, where can I add some icing? I'm looking for room on the cake to add the icing. Okay. So, I think the yo-yo could maybe use a bit of a motion blur. And I'm doing the smart thing and doing this all in a different folder so that in the event I don't like it, I can always just change it. Or not change it, delete it. How about the switch light, you ask? It's interesting. I don't see much of the reason for it at this point, but it definitely is an interesting idea. It's kind of just a DS though, isn't it? Or a 2DS. Regardless, it doesn't matter to me. I have the normal Switch, so I don't have much of a reason to buy it, but it is a cheaper alternative to the normal one. And if you're going to be mainly doing handheld and you don't already have a normal one, then I'd say it's a sound investment. It's cool that you can basically play all of Nintendo's games on all of Nintendo's consoles now, and that used to be a thing that you couldn't do. If I could have played Pokemon Sun on my Wii U, then I would have, because that would have been cool. Okay, so let's see how that looks, because I'm not super sold on it. Nope, not sold on it. Let's try something different. I mean, really, it's I like him a lot, and I'm trying not to add any details that'll make me like him less, because that's an issue that you can run into. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and make him a little more... You know, I can add in maybe just some facial... I can add in some facial things with him. That's what I'll do. Because that's not too hard, and it's fun. So, yes. Let's do that. I mean, yeah, if you're feeling buying a Switch Lite, you go for it. And more power to you. It's just I don't personally have the need for one because I have the normal one. But it is a good alternative. So I'm going to give him just a nice little smile when he's getting ready to throw. It's a little on the freakier side, but that's all right. Okay. Cool. That's I'm not going to say that smile's freaky, but it's definitely not freaky. I will say that. It's a bit of a grimace. Not like the McDonald's one, just the word in general. I do like this guy though. It's a solid unit, solid man. Solid boy. As I say in all of the titles of these episodes. Okay. I'm going to decrease my brush size so that I can get more precise halfway points. Because that big old brush that I used to make my life better was not working in the moment. So I'm going to use this little guy. Okay. Yeah, this smile is definitely not exactly where we need to be. And then, okay, cool. So now, next to the, on top of the smile, I'm going to add in something else. Just because he deserves it. Oh, I'm in under. So I'm going to add in another thing. I think this is going to be the best thing. So let's see. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Very good. Just gotta line up these eyes just right. Okay. Very good. That's too high. Let's see. I think that can be about where it was there. Oh gosh. Now we're gonna get into the fun territory here. Where he's gonna start having to look up into his skull to see this yo-yo. Okay, almost there. We're almost at that perfect point. Oh gosh. And now at this point, his pupils can be gone. Because that yo-yo is real high up there. And it's definitely behind his head. And so he definitely cannot see it well. And let's finish up because I only have 3 minutes left. See, I wasted all my time on this. I really just have to do it till he does the pull. And then I should be fine. Because it goes to about up there, which means that I can do this. Okay, but before I do that. No, that's fine, actually. Just put him there. Because, yeah, he's looking where it's going to go. And then when it comes back to his hand, it goes back to that in the middle that we had at the beginning. Give it a frame here for smoothness, for some nice smoothing. And we should be good now to watch. I'm trying to line it up so that we can watch it all nice and good. We should be, that's pretty all right, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, here we go. I messed up something on the eyes. That's okay. Where are the eyes? There they are. Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, you know what I did? Or you know what I didn't do? Is I did not wait. So here, then after that, I want his pupils to be gone. And then I don't want them to come back until he throws it, which is somewhere. Where does that happen? There. Till there. Awesome. Okay, now let's watch. There he is. Perfect. Well, not perfect. I mean, there's definitely a lot of flaws to it, but those are just stuff that can get polished out. And on this wonderful yo-yo note, that is our show. So thank you for joining me on Late Night Creatures. Again, sorry about that short, well, not too short. Sorry about that hiatus that I took. Again, it was just personal stuff. Nothing to worry about. episodes every Wednesday. We're coming up on 50. Still not entirely sure what I'm going to do to mark the occasion, but more info on that will come closer to us doing it. I should probably check when episode 50 would actually be. Yeah, whatever. Regardless, I hope you have a great night. Thank you for joining me on Late Night Creatures. And that's all that's really left to say. Bye.